We are live. I am Naijha Wright Brown, host of Naijha Speaks and contributing for Unchained TV. Our guests today are taking us to Puerto Rico for dinner while at the same time advocating for veganism. Let's go. Welcome Maritsa and Jonina of Lancaster Farm Sanctuary and Lancaster Vegan Deli. How are you doing this morning?
So
Good.
good. Thanks for
You know
having
what?
me.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you for having this event that's sold out. Like no one I think I bought the last two tickets, right?
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, there was a post like last two tickets or whatever, and then I grabbed them and that was it. And I think it's all over with. So we're gonna start by the vegan stories. Share your vegan story, starting with Jonina. How did the Lancaster Farm Sanctuary come about?
Yeah, thanks. Was vegetarian, kind of messing around with these ideas, but hadn't quite made that animal connection. And actually, when I met my partner Sarah, we started talking and we figured a lot of deeper things about it out together. And then I really just finally forced myself to watch some of that slaughterhouse footage, and that was it. Like I just saw, it wasn't even a very graphic video, but just seeing a cow approaching a bad situation and realize, made that connection that I never wanted to be part of that again. So Sarah and I, we started doing a lot of volunteer work, citizen legislative work with the Humane Society. And then we visited a lot of sanctuaries and realized that was a really great thing we could do for animals. And there was nothing like that in our home town of Lancaster. We were living in the city, and then we had to move out of the city and come out to the country to start a sanctuary so there could be a place like that here.
Wow, amazing. And we'll get more into questions about, the sanctuary. Maritza, the vegan deli, Lancaster Vegan Deli. What's the story here? How did that come about?
That came about initially, I mean, really my roots, coming from a Puerto Rican family, growing up in the kitchen, my passion for food. And then that sort of, was fueled even more when I went plant-based or vegan. It was the most exciting challenge I had ever experienced, like taking my favorites, my family's like traditional dishes and figuring out how to veganize them. Um, and then, that kind of like snowballed into, well, what does my community need, locally? Like, what are we missing? Um, so yeah, it's kind of evolved into Lancaster Vegan Deli. We mostly will be focusing on classic traditional style deli options, sandwiches, salads, things like that, soups, but with a Latin twist to it.
How long have you been open?
We have been operating for about a year now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fairly new. We're a new startup. Yep.
And Jonina, the sanctuary, how long?
About 5 years now.
5 years. Okay. So we've been through the pandemic. So you're fairly new. Even 5 years is still new, and 1 year is extremely new. How has the pandemic affected your sanctuary, and how are you navigating through it?
We do a lot outside, so we kind of had we could keep the volunteers coming. People come and help us, muck the stalls and a lot of outside activities and tours. So somewhat we got lucky in that respect that people could be outside and it was still a place people could come. Um, we did add a lot of virtual tours, which has been nice. We were able to give tours to people in Australia and people from all over the world. That was our furthest one that I remember, furthest away. But just a way to continue our outreach then virtually. It actually felt like it forced us to learn.
Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
it
It
did.
made me, it stretched my creativity on, like, because I'm an outdoor person, so I definitely had to pivot quickly.
Yes, yes. We were lucky that way. We could keep things going here.
Maritza, the deli. I mean, I have a vegan restaurant too. So the
Nice.
deli, and we've been operating 11 years at the Land of Kush, but we definitely went through our thing during the pandemic. And you're just starting out. Can you talk to us about those challenges, how you navigated through them?
Well, Land of Kush, absolutely love. That's amazing. Um,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a challenge. I mean, prior to Lancaster Vegan Deli, I've been hosting like fundraisers, and I do private dinner events, catering, stuff like that. But that during the pandemic was interesting. I pretty much, at first had to put my life and everything on hold, like my goals. Um, but it definitely taught me a lot on how to connect better, more efficiently, because I really had no choice except
You
for
have
the
to.
internet.
That's how you
So
gotta
had to.
survive. You have to.
Yeah, exactly. It taught me to get comfortable with video and speaking more, and it was like, okay, this is if I'm going to grow a business and I'm going to continue to be an advocate for the animals, there's some skills that I have to learn and get comfortable with. So it's, the pandemic was tough to navigate, but at the same time, it's taught me a lot. So
What are some challenges that you both are going through in the advocacy, the vegan advocacy, and how are you coming overcoming those challenges? And Jonina, you can start first.
Well, to be honest, just that feeling of am I doing enough, that kind of overwhelm, that big scary stuff. I've been kind of returning to meditation in a way I kind of let it go for a few years when we started the sanctuary. It just got real busy.
Right.
And then I remembered one of my favorite teachers named Tara. She says you should practice breathing and say just this. So just this, one thing at a time, and just trying to keep with that. Yeah, and my partner Sarah and I have some challenges too as a queer couple. Sometimes we feel a little scared, where we live now, and we just try to, again, the meditation, the deep breaths, and just this, one thing at a time.
Exactly. I burn chakra candles, so I have like happiness and positive energy and protection, all of that, and also incense and meditate. So it's very, very important to keep grounded. The pandemic, a lot of people were affected by the mental illness, all that stuff. So very important
Yes.
work. Very
Yes.
important self care that you have to do. Maritsa, what's been the challenges in the advocacy?
Same. I mean, similar boat. After 7 years of being vegan, I've gotten better at self-care. At first, it was just kind of like just so much coming at me and me dealing with my own emotions about it too, as well as others. But now, after 7 years, meditation, working out, eating healthy, writing, just very mindful practices has helped me. But I would say that one of the biggest things that I've learned after 7 years, as far as like advocating for the animals and stuff, is as much as internally I'm like screaming inside, like, oh my God, we have to save all the babies. That's not realistic in today's society. People are going to push against that. So I've learned more effective ways of advocating, like first, not allowing people to how do you say, invade my space and energy with
Right.
their negativity if
I
they
call
have
it
genuine.
not matching energy,
For
not
sure,
matching that
yeah.
energy.
Yep.
Good,
And
good.
knowing, respecting myself with that and saying, okay, this feels uncomfortable, I don't want to have this conversation, and being respectful towards that other person, like, hey, I'm not comfortable. But also being open to people who are genuine about it and having resources available, instead of me, like, I do share my experiences, but it's more like, hey, Lancaster Farm Sanctuary, or like this or that, there's resources out there, there's support, so I've gotten better with that.
Awesome. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that. Well, we're here to talk about Puerto Vegan. What is it? What is it? How did it start? And what can ticket holders expect? Because you're sold out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did it start?
It for me, it started because yeah, just missing, my being passionate with food and my culture and my family, like that's how we bond, come together, all of us, I think a lot of Puerto Rican families can definitely say the same. And there's traditions around that, dancing salsa merengue comes along with all that stuff in the kitchen, like
I know you're gonna have
yeah.
music. Got to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
The
definitely,
music.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something at the event. We had it the first year. We're going to do it again this year. A good friend of mine, Sarah Mary Grace McGuire. She's a salsa, but she's a Latin styles dancer in New York. She's very, very good. She travels, all that stuff. So she's going to be doing like fun lessons there. We're going to have also a good friend of all of ours, Finley Truman. She's a great DJ. They are a great DJ. So they're gonna spin some Latin music. Yeah, there's gonna be some fun stuff this year. I know Jonina and Sarah are gonna do like a giveaway, like a swag bag giveaway. We did that the first year. This year, something that's different is we have a local vegan artist that's going to kind of do like little quick drawn like caricatures for people.
Nice. I
Yeah,
love those.
it's gonna include the Puerto Rican flag and like Lancaster Farm Sanctuary logo and probably animals and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's
Jonina,
exciting.
how do you feel about what is your take on? Is this a fundraiser? From my understanding, is it a fundraiser for the sanctuary?
Yeah.
Not, yeah, yeah. We really just love this event. When Maritsa and Damari approached us, we were like, yes, just a way to share their amazing food and these vibes. This is the best of the best. So it is a fundraiser. You know, there's some where we like really price things and ticket it to maximize that part of an event, but this we just wanted as many people as possible to be able to experience the Maritsa Damari magic. So Maritza's mom. I mean, we just wanted
Yeah,
people to see and experience and taste the love.
How many people are you expecting? Because the tickets are all sold out. So how many people will be there engaging in this fun, festive, with delicious Puerto vegan food?
Is it 100? You have to check.
100.
Okay.
Yeah, including volunteers. So yeah,
Okay.
roughly 100. Yeah.
Will there be tours of the sanctuary? Is that part of the agenda or the program?
We have like stationed volunteers at different animal areas, so people can just kind of walk freely around the whole place and stop in and say hi to the cows, hear about some of their stories, say hi to the birds, like just kind of move around freely and connect.
Awesome. Sally's tuning in and telling us so wonderful. Yes, it is. And when it came across my timeline, I said, this is what I'm talking about. This is it. And then we have Tom. Tom is a very loyal viewer. Puerto Rican food has a lot of beans and rice, and those potatoes. I forget what they're called. What are the potatoes called?
We use so many dishes have potatoes. I'm not sure.
Okay, whatever
It could be a
is,
number of things.
I know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we're having this interview. We're talking about the event. The tickets are sold out, everyone. So you can't come. No, they can't come, right? They just can't drive up there and show up. It's it. It's over with. You're not selling anymore. You're not opening. Okay, cool. So it's all done. Everything is sold out. What is your ask from the viewers? Why are we here? What do you want to tell everyone?
Me personally, getting a lot of pushback from my family when I went vegan at first, is very much, we're proud of our culture and our food. So there was a lot of pushback of, oh, but but meat or but flavor or this or that. And it's like, I want to show people you're not missing anything. All the flavor's still there. You're gaining so much more when you eat plant-based, and you can still have your favorite foods. Then the nostalgia's still there. You're just not harming animals anymore. You're not harming your own health or the environment.
Exactly.
I think that's a huge win.
I love it, and we share in a similar mission here at the Land of Cooks, because again, it's vegan soul food cuisine. So if you've been here, you're talking about collard greens. They're vegan.
Gosh.
It's a plant that we just don't put the animal products in it. And you're talking about sweet potatoes. There's a root vegetable, and you're talking about cabbage. And hey, savor the flavor, because that's what it's all about. All you have to do is season and sauce things up, and it tastes really good, because that's what people are doing with meat anyway. So I'm feeling you on that one. Jonina, what are you asking the viewers in terms of this event, or why you're involved in this?
Oh, well, everything Maritsa said, and it's just so fun to bring fun to this work that can sometimes feel really heavy for us, for me. This is just a joy to be a part of, and we're so grateful. If you get the chance, Maritsa's Lancaster Vegan Deli mozzarella, I was like, if I get to ask of the viewers, you have to find this mozzarella. It's amazing. Is it cashews? What do you do, woman? It's so good. That's another ask I have, is go look that up and try it. And
oh, thank you.
I think you don't even have to be at the event for that. You can buy that in some stores. So you got to get
Yeah, we're at a few locations. Yep.
Well, while we're at it, I mean, that's the call to action right here. If you're not following Maritsa at Lancaster Vegan Deli, please do that. They're on IG at Lancaster Vegan Deli, and also for the Lancaster Farm Sanctuary, you can follow them on IG as well at Lancaster Farm Sanctuary, and the web addresses are also flowing on the ticker. So please, this is, you know what, while I'm saying, I'm going to put a plug in for the Black Veg Society. This is what we do. We are meeting people where they are on their journey towards whatever you want to be, you know, full vegan, plant-based, whatever it is. This is what it's about. And we're highlighting individuals and businesses that are doing that as well. So vegsociety.org, this is what you're going to get. Naijha Speaks is one of the products under the Black Veg Society, because I love exposing people and businesses that are doing just this thing. Very engaging, innovative, edutaining events to pull those non-vegans in. That's who we want to talk to. We want to talk to the non-vegans, and events like the Puerto Vegan is one of them. Let's get our Latin families out and friends out and have a good time. So this is what this is all about. So I appreciate you coming on to share your stories with me. The next thing I want to know is, if you have any wisdom to share. I mean, I know a farm sanctuary is really difficult to manage. I mean, I know farm sanctuaries that are constantly fundraising, you know, so they can have money to, you know, help the animals that they're saving. Can you talk a little bit about the operation of a farm sanctuary, Jonina?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. It's, the expenses are just astronomical. And so we hear a lot from people saying, oh, you're living my dream. I want to do that someday. And my advice is always to volunteer, even if you can only get there like once a month or something, to spend some time at a sanctuary and get a feel for that work. The relentlessness of animal care is, I mean, it's the best and the hardest thing I've ever done. And so to just make sure you've done that hard part with the work, the physicality of it, the heartbreak of it. And then maybe you might find that working, like kind of partnering with a sanctuary or joining their community, instead of, you maybe don't have to go try to buy a farm, if you know what I mean, but
more added stress, right?
Right. Sarah and I joked, like when we came back, we were like, oh, sanctuaries are really powerful places, safe space, it was so good. And then we were like, where can we volunteer at one? And there wasn't one. So now hopefully there's more and more. Maybe we can all work together. And the work is so much, but it is, again, so rewarding to just spend time with the animals is worth it. It is worth it, but just make sure you know what you're getting into, is my advice.
I love the key word you said, work together. I love collaborations. I mean, because we can't do all of this alone. Sometimes you're trying to connect with people that are in the same space as you, and it's this hoarding of information, and it's self-serving, and it's me. We're all in this together, and each one teach one. So I think that's valuable wisdom that you're sharing. You know, come on down, volunteer, learn this space, or even if you're an owner of a farm sanctuary, you know, show some support and share some wisdom on how the farm sanctuary can be best supported. Maritsa, hey, that vegan deli, let me tell you something. I'm in the restaurant business, so I know, and it's been 11 years and it's been a roller coaster. You're just getting started. Can you share some wisdom to folks that are trying to open up a vegan deli? I mean, we have one out here in Baltimore, the Greener Kitchen vegan deli. Talk about the differences between a restaurant and a deli, and some wisdom about operating one.
Yeah, so for me, just because I am starting out, I know that the one thing that I have to remind myself every day is don't give up. I have to get comfortable with expecting setbacks and, pivoting and be flexible in your mindset because most times it's not gonna work out the way that you imagined or that you expected to. Um, but with each I can definitely say, and I know this, this people hear this a lot, but with each mistake or failure, and I don't really see it that way. For me, it's a learning lesson, and every time I've done that, I've learned and I've gotten better at it. I've come out stronger, and I've been able, every time I learned from that lesson, been able to push forward in my business. Um, so yeah, be flexible in your mindset. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't give up. And I think that's very valid for me to say because I'm in it right now and I'm living it. So yeah.
Yeah, but Maritza's laughing, but I know the deal. After 11 years, it is not a game, and you have to be in it for the win. You cannot quit. We are an award-winning vegan restaurant here, and it wasn't easy, and it still isn't easy, but you cannot give up. If you are passionate about what you're doing and you're sending a strong message and you believe in what you're doing, you cannot give up. You keep on, next level, next level. I appreciate it. Now, how can we best connect with you? Is it through the Instagram of people, and how do they get to know about the next event, the next Puerto Vegan, since they can't come to this one?
I mean, sorry, all the things
Jonina.
on the ticker at the bottom for us are right. And then if you wanted that sneak preview for our next Puerto Vegan event, that would be to join our newsletter.
Join the newsletter, please. Yeah. Anything else?
Go vegan.
Go vegan. It
Go
has
vegan.
been a pleasure. I'm so happy to have had you as guest on Naijha Speaks. Again, folks, please, Black Veg Society is meeting people where they are on their journey. Please support us at blackvegsociety.org. This is how we're bringing information into you and also collaborating and creating all those edutaining and engaging events. So we do need your support as well. And tell us if you like. If you like it, like, share, comment. Someone needs to hear this information. Someone needs to connect with Lancaster Farm Sanctuary. Someone needs to stop at the Lancaster Vegan Deli when they're in Lancaster. So please show your support. But whatever you do, please be well and be safe. Thank you again for tuning in. Blessings. Have a good one.